Hey everyone, welcome to an episode of WTF. I'm Will.
I'm Trevor.
And today we're reviewing the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Quentin Tarantino's 9th film.
Yes.
Man, I was jacked to see this film.
I was too, and then I saw it.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Leonardo DiCaprio. Wow, I said that well.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and
Margot Robbie.
Yep.
Al Pacino.
Luke Perry, one of his final films. You got Michael Madsen, Zoe Bell, you got Kurt Russell, you got
that girl from TV show Girls. I was kind of shocked to see her.
Maya Hawke, who was recently in season 3 of Stranger Things, made a small appearance. Yeah. Dakota Fanning. Tim Roth had a role, but got cut out of the film, according to the credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we said, I was jacked to this film. I'm a huge Tarantino fan. Django Unchained, loved it. Probably hands down my most favorite Tarantino film.
Over Pulp Fiction?
Over Pulp Fiction.
Shut up.
Don't get me wrong, Pulp Fiction's amazing. Just Django Unchained just was better. It was full.
He's completely wrong. Nothing actually. I don't know if anything's ever going to beat Pulp Fiction. This movie didn't obviously beat it, but
Didn't even come close.
Oh, no. Let's not get too crazy. Well, what's this movie about, Will?
It's a fictional story about the Manson murders, Sharon Tate, and a fictional character named Rick Dalton, played by DiCaprio.
Yeah, I would say the movie's more about a TV actor who's trying to make the transition to film. He's kind of going through, I don't know, maybe a midlife crisis sort of thing with his acting career. And he's got a stunt double who Brad Pitt plays, and they have a great
chemistry.
Great chemistry together. They got a great relationship.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there was two scenes in the whole film that I thoroughly enjoyed. That was very...
Only 2 scenes?
Yeah, I mean...
Get the fuck out of here. Basically, this movie was almost 3 hours long, I think. And I didn't feel like it to me because I felt like I got lost in the story. Quentin Tarantino is a master at telling stories. Mm-hmm. And this is no different from any other story that he's told. I just went on this journey and... it was like he was telling this fantastic story. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
I don't know. It just didn't capture my attention. I got very bored. It was quite a bit slow scenes, and I get it was very character driven. That's very Tarantino, and they're going to be more about Sharon Tate. Is this going to be more about Manson? Is this more about the career? I don't know. They were just a little bit for me, a little bit over the map.
Well, let's break it down into 3 different acts.
Okay.
Obviously, you probably like the 3rd act a little bit better because there's a lot more action that happened in there.
I liked the beginning of the film. The middle was kind of boring, and the 3rd act was great. It didn't keep me as entertained as I had really hoped it would.
So maybe you might have gone in with your expectations a little too high?
Well, after, you've seen Reservoir Dogs, you've seen Pulp Fiction, you've seen Django, you've seen Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Like, I've seen all his films. I mean, Hateful Eight was okay. He usually keeps me very well entertained. I'm just like, wow, that was fantastic. I loved the story. I loved how it went down. And this one's like, I don't know. It didn't seem as Tarantino-esque as I'm used to. I was a little bit let down. That's not to say the movie was bad. It was a good movie. I think maybe Trevor's right. My expectations were too high.
All the performances were great. Brad Pitt was great. Leonardo DiCaprio was great. Margot Robbie. It's funny, I've heard a lot of other people saying that her role wasn't that big, but it's like when Quentin Tarantino creates a film, he goes down, he has all of these different storylines, and her storyline led you down one specific way, and the way that she just didn't have a lot of dialogue, but she was still in the movie. Like, there was a lot of visual with her, and she didn't need to have dialogue because of the character that she was playing.
All right, there's one thing I did want to point out, which I did think was very cool. Margot Robbie's in the movie theater watching one of the movies she's in, Wrecking Ball. Instead of Quentin Tarantino refilming Margot Robbie, they actually showed real footage from the real film. I thought that was cool. I very much enjoyed that. They used a lot of authenticity in that way. There were some really authentic.
There's really some really authentic stuff happening there.
Yes, they used a lot of authentic things that I thought was very cool.
Yeah.
That part I enjoyed.
And the other thing that I wanted to mention was that whoever the young girl is that was in it, I thought she was pretty good. I mean, it's got to be hard to find a young actress that plays that well. Oh, and the other scene that I freaking loved was there's a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio's character is acting a scene in a TV show with Timothy Olyphant, and how the camera kind of circles around and he screws up his lines and then they go back. I love that scene. That scene was like epic.
It's showing how it's filmed, so that made sense. It wasn't breaking a fourth wall.
I know, I'm not saying it was breaking a fourth wall, but what I'm saying is, I mean, they did a lot of weird stuff like that where you have voiceover from what the fuck's his name?
Oh, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell voiceover where he's sort of explaining different things that happen. But it's that's the thing with Quentin Tarantino. He just makes the movie he wants to make it. He doesn't follow anybody's rules other than his own rules. And I don't know. I think he's a master. And
I'm not disagreeing. He is a master of filmmaking. He makes his amazing, original, fantastic films.
Yeah. But you just didn't love it.
I just didn't love this one. Today we're going to rate the film Manson Murders? Dead Sharon Tates?
How about the Hollywood Stars? How about that?
Fine.
My cousin Becky actually said that that's what we should rate it on.
That makes sense. Okay.
Thanks, Becky. So what are you going to give it, Will? And don't fucking give it a half, whatever you do.
6.123.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm giving it 6 stars today. Wow, and I was really wanting to give it 9 stars, 9.5 even.
Yeah.
But with it, like I said, there was 2 scenes. I was like, oh, that was fantastic. I had a good laugh. I was enjoyed. But for 3 hours of my time, for 15 minutes of film.
Yeah.
And the rest was just like, eh.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a higher grade, but I'm gonna give it a
6 today.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5, just to throw that at Will, because I never give halves. I want to give it an 8, but it didn't. It was good. It just wasn't freaking amazing. I'm wondering if I watched it again, if I would get a different feel for it.
It's possible.
And I'm wondering if you watched it again, if you'd fall asleep.
Probably.
Okay, that's great.
A couple of shows I want to recommend, movie trailers as well. Zombieland 2, Double Tap. Highly recommend checking out the trailer. Looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of the original. TV show I highly recommend seeing The Boys on Amazon Prime. I watched it, marathoned it. Fantastic. Rated R superhero. They don't hold anything back from swearing, sex, nudity, gory violence.
Sounds like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
I watched independent, or I guess a lower budget film called The Art of Self-Defense with Jesse Eisenberg, the guy from The Social Network.
And Zombieland.
Yeah. That movie was crazy. It was crazy. all I can say was crazy. If you want to see something a little bit different and you want to see him in like a weird role, you should check that out. It was a good movie. I recommend it.
Dark comedy from what I hear?
Yes, that's an extremely dark comedy. Oh no, well we saw another trailer for that. Is it The Good Boys?
Yes,
That looks hilarious. Yes. I'm stoked to see that. The trailer that we saw today was better than the other trailers I've seen of it. It's funny.
The rated R trailer?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, it looks really funny. Yeah, I just hope it's not too stupid funny, but it looked hilarious.
And not that we're doing a review on it tonight or today, but I watched Spider-Man Far From Home earlier this week. It's fantastic.
Is it? I mean, how many fucking Spider-Man movies are there?
That would be the... Well, are you talking about movies that he's in or
no,
solo
Spider-Man movies?
Well, that'd be
He's the first
7th.
3. So the 7th. Like, they're just going to make like 77 of them, and they're still going to be good. Well, I did like the Spider-Verse. That was, or whatever.
Well, are you counting Spider-Verse? Then it's the 8th.
There you go. Even more.
I was thinking live action.
I guess if it's making money, they're just going to keep making them.
Yeah.
So any other movies you're looking forward to seeing?
All right. Yes, there is.
Wow. This should be good.
I'm looking forward, and may get a little criticism about this, but I'm looking forward to the Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? I like the Fast series, with the exception of Tokyo Drift.
And you're not the only one. A lot of people love it.
Yes, that's why they keep
It makes
making
a quadrillion dollars. It's just, it's popcorn movies for me.
Totally.
That's what it is.
And you know what? Honestly, Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham have a very good chemistry on screen.
Yeah.
You should definitely see it, 'cause we'll do a review on it.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'd see it. It's on camera.
Actually, we probably should, because I'm sure I'll be doing that.
Thanks again, everyone, for checking out WTF. Don't forget to subscribe to us, and we will see you next time.